Tonight, Donald Trump said the latest data shows the country has passed the peak in new coronavirus cases and that he will announce guidelines to reopen the economy tomorrow. While he said companies and state governors will decide how to reopen, he threatened action if he disagrees with their decision.
Well, I think the companies will determine that, and the governors will determine that, and the federal government will do. And if we're not happy, we'll take very strong action against a state or a governor. If we're not happy with the job a governor's doing, we'll let them know about it. And as you know, we have very strong action we can take, including a close down. We have the right to do whatever we want, but we wouldn't do that. But no, we would have the right to close down what they're doing.
The worst thing for our economy would be to just pretend like nothing had happened the day after these stay-home orders are lifted, go back to, life as usual, and then have a second wave. It would be devastating. And we have to be smart. We have to be data-driven. We have to be making decisions that phase in the re-engagement of our economies. And we have to make the judgment on the ground. That's in the purview of the governors. We stepped in and issued these stay-home orders because they were necessary. We're the best ones and the only ones with the authority to determine when it's right to lift them.
If you open up too soon and there's a reemergence of this virus, we'll have to shut down again. And the economic impact will be even worse in the same way that the economic impact was worse because we didn't move to social distancing fast enough. And we see it across the board. I mean, I do want to just say no public health expert in the world would suggest that a pandemic is a time to cut off funding for the World Health Organization that's helping to fight that pandemic.
Right. You are not supposed to reopen before May 1st, and it talks about the conditions that have to be met before you can go forward. So, and they also point out that it would entail a significant risk of resurgence of the virus, any phased approach. So you have to make sure infections are low, that you have a system in place to look for new infections, that you have people in place, and that your hospital beds, your inpatient beds, and your staff can rapidly scale up. They list all these conditions that have to be met before you can even talk about a phased reopening.
Today in the state capitol in Pennsylvania, Republican state legislators were angling to try to overturn the stay-at-home order put in place in Pennsylvania by Democratic Governor Tom Wolf. Because sure, seems like things are going great in Pennsylvania. Trump-supporting protesters today demonstrated both in Kentucky and in the great state of Michigan against the stay-at-home orders that are in place in those states as well. These are doubling as sort of Trump rallies and we don't believe in the coronavirus rallies.
When they did this rally, they were saying that they wanted people to stay in their cars. Social distance, honk your horn, bring your truck, but stay in the truck. Well, as you can see behind me here, that has not happened here. A lot of people decided to come on foot.
This group, this small group of people that came together without masks on, who were passing out candy and with bare hands to children, who were congregating together, who were, brandishing their weapons, who were having, posters of being anti-choice. I mean, this was a political rally. It was a political rally that is going to endanger people's lives because this is precisely how COVID-19 spreads. And let me just add one more thing. The cars were blocking one of our hospitals, so an ambulance literally wasn't able to get into the bay for 10 minutes. This is the kind of behavior that extends the need for stay-home orders, that spreads COVID-19, that overruns communities. And this is precisely the worst thing that could have happened today. I'm all for people having a difference of opinion. If people are angry, and I know there's a lot of angst and people are feeling it and they want to direct it at me, that's fine. I can take it. But showing up and being this irresponsible is not just endangering their own lives. It's endangering all of our first responders and our ability to meet the needs of the people of this state who are all trying to do the right thing.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.